Kids screaming as their school bus backs into a house. Students arriving at school hours late. Others dropped off far from home, and some even using Google Maps to help their bus drivers find their way. Tonight, there's anger and concern growing among West Mifflin parents after a chaotic start to the school year.
Now, the district now admits that its transportation service has fallen short as families question whether they can count on it to get their kids to and from school safely. KDKA's Shelley Board spoke with some parents. She's live with more now from West Mifflin. Shelley.
Yeah, now guys, this isn't just about buses running late. We've talked to parents all across this district who tell us, as you said, that the start of this new school year has been chaotic and at times unsafe. The district says they are working on the problems, but as you're about to see, families tell us those problems we're talking about go far beyond the bus schedule. Those are children screaming as their school bus backs into a house. It's one of a growing number of nightmare stories parents say they've experienced since school started in West Mifflin Thursday.
Oh, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say like 1,000. I've dealt with bus companies before because I have an older daughter too, and it hasn't always been great. We've had problems, but I've never experienced anything like this.
Amy Stobie's daughter uses a wheelchair and requires a wheelchair-accessible bus. But this morning, she says the bus that showed up couldn't accommodate her, despite both the district and bus company knowing she needs accessible transportation. She couldn't get through to the bus company and was repeatedly told to keep waiting for another bus.
The bus finally pulls up. This is 9:30. They were supposed to be there at 8:20. Her school day is already almost an hour in. So I get her to that bus, they put her on the bus, and I ask the driver, are you the one who's going to be taking her home, or will there be a different bus to take her home? And he goes, yeah, about that. We're still figuring it out.
And her story is far from the only one. One father tells us his daughter waited 2 hours and 20 minutes for her bus this morning, causing her to miss her first 2 periods of high school. Other parents report children being dropped off a mile from home. Others say children have been left in parking lots for their parents to pick them up because drivers didn't know where to take them. There are even reports of buses taking children into neighboring school districts because of similar street addresses. And in perhaps one of the most bizarre complaints, parents say some students have had to pull out their phones and use Google Maps to help their own bus drivers find where they're going. Last week, as complaints first began surfacing, the district acknowledged its transportation service had fallen short. The superintendent says, in part, Kreis is responsible for developing and adjusting bus routes and has advised the district that driver shortages have contributed to some of the challenges experienced this week. Additional drivers are expected to become available next week. But for parents, the measure of whether those changes are working won't be another statement. It will be what happens when their children get on the bus tomorrow.
The way things are going now, I fully expect to be driving her to school and picking her up from school due to a lack of transportation, or just because I can't be late for work every day and she can't be late for school every day.
We've reached out to the district twice today for an updated statement, but never heard back. And we also reached out to the bus company to ask about those complaints, including that video you just saw with the school bus backing into the house. But we never heard back from them either. Reporting live in West Mifflin, Shelley Board, KDKA-TV News.